Hi, I'm Tom, and this is Adult Game Reviews. The last 6 months, I've been doing a monthly theme where the community can vote on whatever that theme is. The theme for December was the best nerdy girl in a VN. Let's get into it. But first, if you liked the video, please like it and subscribe if you aren't. Subscribing helps the channel. Thank you all so much. Okay, so what is the best nerdy girl? Is she smart? Absolutely. Is she introverted?
Usually.
Is she cute?
Most definitely.
And is she really into something? Completely.
100%.
I know at some point this year I'm going to have to redo some of the lists and videos that I did last year. There are always new games coming out and games that will become popular. As per usual, we're going to go through my personal top lists and the community list together. So let's get started. Number 10 for me is a little unorthodox, but hear me out. That's Val from Cybernetic Seduction. She sits all day behind a desk and is totally fine with that. She's incredibly smart, and you would be DOA if it wasn't for her. So while she isn't a traditional nerdy girl, she has a lot of the same qualities, being very good or into something, like her being an elite hacker. She doesn't interact with people, but is very sweet when you get to know her. Number 10 for the community is Julia from Fresh Women. I can see how Julia just edged out Riley from Ripples. She is a cute gamer girl that I think every teenage boy has had a thing for at some point. If you haven't, well, that probably means you were popular or something.
You think you're better than me?
Number 9 for me is Ruby from B.E.S.T. Kind of like Julia from Fresh Women, but instead of gaming, she's super into pop culture. She's the cute girl that absolutely wants to teach the French exchange student about his new environment. She'll be your best ally and your treasure trove of knowledge while you try and navigate a foreign environment. Number 9 for the community is Between Two Worlds, literally everyone.
That describes literally everyone I know.
The whole premise of Between Two Worlds is that you and a bunch of nerdy girls get together and play D&D. So yeah, of course Between Two Worlds has to be on the list. Number 8 for me is Whitney from Come Home. She's the super genius inventor and scientist. She's so smart that she helps you with the main story. I'm not sure if there's a smarter character on this list. She isn't the traditional nerdy gamer girl, kind of like Val, but if you've ever met anyone that is that into science the way she is, yeah, that's pretty nerdy.
It's science.
Number 8 for the community is Jenny from Ripples. So this one surprised me a little bit, since I don't think we know a lot for sure about Jenny. She's the shy and smart sister of Tiffany, you're totally not mom. As you get to know Jenny, it feels like there's a lot more secrets that you need to reveal. While she isn't on my list, obviously my community thought differently. Number 7 for me is Kendra from Artemis. So Kendra breaks the mold a little bit of best nerdy girl, the heiress to the Capoletta Industries. She isn't just rich, she's super talented robotics engineer, she's also good with computers and an amazing musician. She is truly one of the best love interests in any game because of just how badass she is. She wants to change the future, and with your help, you may just do that. Number 7 for the community is Karen from B.A.D. Man, so many K's on this list. You rarely run into Karen outside the library, and it's pretty clear she isn't great around people. Even when you find her at the HOTS party, she isn't really mingling. Maybe that's because of her hearing issues or just being extremely introverted, but she's smart and cute, and I'm definitely hoping we get to know Karen more. Number 6 for me is Karen from B.A.D. I love it when the community and I are actually close in rankings. While she isn't in my top 3 best girls from B.A.D, she's relatively close. She is Sally's best friend, and Sally is in my top 3. Unfortunately, while Sally is a bit nerdy, you only ever see her partying and drinking, except during the D&D game. So it pains me that Sally isn't on the list, but Karen fits the mold perfectly. Number 6 for the community is Kaylee from Project Passion.
Her? Really?
So I think Kaylee is the result of people voting for girls they like. I honestly can't remember why she's nerdy. I know she's a bit self-conscious, but nerdy? Maybe you guys in the comments can tell me what I'm missing here. Number 5 for me is Callie from H Hotel. She's the super gamer and smart daughter of one Mr. Torino, the billionaire. While she would rather spend most of her time in front of her computer, with your help you push her to be the person you know she can be. She is one of my favorites in H Hotel, and you know the nerdy glasses don't hurt. Number 5 for the community is Callie from H Hotel. So I feel like the community got it wrong with Kaylee, but they immediately redeemed themselves.
You go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself!
Moving on to number 4, but first, if you want to further support me, think about coming over to my Patreon or Subscribe Star. You get access to the Patreon areas of the Discord. You also get early access to my videos and my weekly Steam release list or video, depending on the tier. Thanks everyone for the support. I appreciate it. Okay, number 4 for me is Nova from Eternum. Basically just like Callie, except also a kick-ass fighter in Eternum. She is the super hacker that helps you access some of the shadier sides of Eternum. She's capable, smart, and also very cute. I never thought I would find a girl with an eye patch hot, but here we are.
Yeah! and I am into it.
Number 4 for the community is Alyssa from Ripples. You first meet Alyssa in the library, I think. I really need to play Ripples from the very beginning. She's shy, smart, really into anime. She's the perfect white knight girl where, with your help, she starts to come out of her shell. She is my 1A, 1B to Darcy from Ripples. She is great, and I can't wait for more. Number 3 for me is Preeti from the Headmaster. Preeti is the super sheltered good girl. She follows all the rules and is probably the smartest girl at the school. She does her homework, studies, and does well. She just has no self-confidence, which you're magically helping with. I think she's deserving to be in my top 3. Number 3 for the community is Kendra from Artemis. While I personally think Kendra is a bit more badass than just giving her the nerdy girl label, I can totally understand why the community has her this high. She kind of fits perfectly, and then blows it out of the water with how versatile she is. We are finally at the top 2, and number 2 for me is Alyssa from Ripples. When I put this theme up there, Alyssa was my prototype. She fits every aspect and is generally a good person. And while she fits perfectly for me, I'm really looking forward to see her breaking out of her shell. Number 2 for the community is Annie from Eternum. Annie is in my top 3 girls from any game. She's your best friend and the super gamer girl and is one of the highest levels in Eternum. She is truly no lifing it. However, why isn't she on my list? I don't really think her level of nerddom necessarily makes her stand out against some of the other girls on my list. Obviously, the community disagrees, but how can I hate any list with Annie on it? Moving on to number 1 for me, and that's Between Two Worlds, literally everyone. You have Hannah, Emily, Kaylee, and Skylar, who all play in a weekly D&D game together. While they're all different people, the level of nerddom is hard to ignore, and you have a shot at dating all of them. So I think we all win. Number 1 for the community is Nova from Eternum. I get it. She's awesome, and Eternum is awesome. So it's no surprise that the top 2 nerdy girls from the community are from Eternum. Nova is truly a badass and the kind of anxious nerdy that is just adorable. I want to thank everyone for participating and voting in the theme for December. I will be getting back to doing theme videos in a couple of months. I want to thank all my backers on Patreon and Subscribestar, and if it wasn't for you guys, none of this would be possible. If you haven't seen my review of Race of Life, you can check that out right here. Thanks again. Until next time.